All right. What's up? I'm Chris.
And I'm Tony with the Poi and Pizza Show. We got a great show today. Chris, what are we going to talk about?
Well, we're definitely going to be talking about the school shootings. We're probably last talking about it, but I think we've got enough information to be able to cover that. And I've also got a very interesting question for you and for our listeners and watchers that will reveal something about you and them.
Uh-oh. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
What do you mean eating poi and pizza? Who the hell would do that? Eat poi and pizza. Who does that? Idiots do that. You get diarrhea, you go eat poi and pizza.
All right, you guys, we are back with another installment of the Poi and Pizza podcast, and we are going to start this show off with a question that I have no clue what is coming my way, and I'm a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
And I think I have full reason to be.
Yeah,
so
no, I don't
let's
think
just.
No, I don't think you have full reason, man. I think it's it's something that I discussed with my wife last night. It's sort of a sports question, but not really. And it's how people make choices in sports, I guess, today. As far as our people who play sports. But anyway,
okay,
let's just get to the point.
Oh, I have a feeling Blunt Tony's coming out with this one.
No. Okay, so John Paxson.
Yes.
Okay, so John Paxson was a point guard with the Chicago Bulls, won 3 championships with Michael Jordan.
Okay.
And even hit a game winner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's got 3 titles and a game winner, actually a series clincher against the Phoenix Suns.
Championship clincher.
Had a very good, had a very good career. So my question is, would you, if you had a choice, would you prefer to have the career of a John Paxson, who was a solid role player, even had a series clincher and 3 championships, or would you prefer the career of someone like Karl Malone, who was a Hall of Famer, all time, one of the 50 greatest players of all time at one time? Illustrious career, and one of the best power forwards of all time, Hall of Famer. Which career would you prefer? Would you prefer to be the star player on a team that maybe is second or third best, or do you prefer to be a role player on a championship team? Which would you choose? Be honest.
I would choose the Malone Barkley. And here, I'll tell you why, though.
Okay, yeah. Good.
Because, and I don't mind being a role player. I was a role player my freshman year. I was a role player for varsity.
Sure.
Freshman and sophomore year. Junior year, I got a little bit more, but senior in college, to me, I wanted to be the leader of the team, and I wanted to go after the best and have a chance to win the best and lead a team to championship, rather than be someone who played sparing minutes, maybe had a big shot.
Yeah.
That won a series, but really, when you look at the first 3 championships the Bulls won, John Paxson doesn't come to mind. You think of Jordan, you think of Pippen, you think of Cartwright, you think of Horace Grant.
Yeah.
Paxson, you think, okay, well, he had that one shot.
Yeah.
But it's not really about what people think. It's I'm super competitive.
Yeah.
And I had this conversation with my son because I've asked him to come play basketball with us, and he's like, well, no, you just told me there's a 6'4" dude out there that's eating people up. Like, I'm small. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? I want to go after that dude.
Yeah.
I want that guy guarding me.
Right.
Like, if he eats me up, I'm coming right back at him.
Sure.
Like, I want the challenge, and I don't know what a lot of people would think, but would choose, but I want to be the one who leads a team in. I've always had that killer instinct, and I can't have a killer instinct if I'm the 7th or 8th man coming off the bench. I have to come in and do my role and do it as best I can, which is fine. But if I'm that person, my ultimate goal is to become the person. Like, if I'm starting a season, or if I'm starting somewhere and I'm the 7th or 8th person that maybe had a great shot, I'm not going to be happy with that. I want to become the person that leads a team to the championship.
Okay, that's a great answer. What if it was more like, would it matter if it was Robert Horry instead of John Paxson? Or do you still take the Malone Barkley career?
Because Horry has, if we're going off of rings,
but
Jordan's not the greatest. No, I know.
I'm trying to make this make it.
Okay, so to me,
maybe like to you, like the Paxson thing is obvious.
I would take Horry's career.
Yeah,
I would take Horry's career
over Malone and Barkley.
Oh man,
right? That's what I'm trying to create, is that conflict.
It is a conflict.
Yeah.
Paxson is an easy one.
Yeah.
Paxson was a role player at best.
A true role player with one great shot.
But Horry was a crucial.
Paxson had the 3 titles though.
Yeah, but Horry had 6.
Right.
But okay, so if I'm looking at, I look more at Barkley's career because I think Barkley was a better player than Malone.
Okay, sure, fair.
And he's he's been more celebrated and everything. But
so would Barkley trade his career for Ori's? Do you think that's?
I don't think he would.
Right. What about which one would you take? That is
that's
right?
tighter.
Yeah,
That's easy.
Yeah.
Because Ori
hit a few big shots.
Well, not only did he hit a few big shots, he was a starter. Mm-hmm. And he was an integral part of, he always had that Hall of Famer with him. Other than him having Olajuwon, he would have been the best player on the team, in my opinion. Other than him having Duncan or the Admiral, he would have been the best person on the team, or the best player on the team.
Right. But they may not have won those titles without those people.
Right.
Without
they would not
Duncan,
have won
without Robinson, without Olajuwon.
Right. But they also wouldn't have won without Ori.
And
the Bulls would have won without Paxson.
Yeah, maybe they might not have won without Ori.
I don't think they would have. I don't think they. So I don't know.
Yeah, right. That's
if it's Paxson or Barkley all the way.
Okay. If it's Ori or Barkley.
Yeah. Do you want to be the man, or do you want to be
right?
Do you want to be a man? Do you want to be the person? Because we have a lot of female followers. Do you want to
say person?
Do you want to be?
You can't even say person because son becomes.
I know.
Okay, but anyway, go ahead.
Do you want to be? Yeah. Do you want to be the man the one that is leading the team, and you never win a championship, but you come close, but you're a Hall of Famer? Or do you want to be the role player that's won multiple championships?
Won some titles.
Well, what's your answer?
I got to be honest. If you asked me a year ago, I would have probably said, I'll take being a role player with the titles because the titles last forever. But so do Hall of Fame careers, right?
Right.
So I would have taken, I would have taken the titles. But after, well, I had a conversation with a friend of mine. Both our kids play. Our girls play girls volleyball.
Right.
So I asked my daughter if she wanted to go and try out for, a whole bunch of different teams. At least 2 different teams, and she said, no, I want to play with this one team that I'm with now. And I said, well, with the other team, you might have a chance. If you make the team, you might have a chance to actually, win a
championship. Yeah.
That wasn't important to her, and I couldn't understand it. And I didn't understand why, why don't you want to just go with a team that's, might be better? Yes, better, competitive, more competitive, much better, and learn from a team that's that good. And she said, I'm not going to learn if I don't play. And she said, I want to make a difference. That's what she said. She said, I want to make a difference. And that changed, she totally changed my mindset to basically what you said.
Because coming into that last year, you were happy with a Paxson career.
Absolutely. You might, but I think I would.
Great job, Hina.
Yeah.
Great job, because that's huge.
Yeah.
For a teenager.
Yeah.
To see that.
The Ori. Siri.
Man.
The Ori thing is, but I'm with you on that. If it's Ori or I might even put it on my Facebook and see what people say. People like Bruce, Frank, DJ, kind of
we'll put it on the PNP.
Yeah. We put it on the PNP Facebook too.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would take.
So
I don't know, man. I think I would still take the titles. I think I would take Ori and the titles, and even the Paxson was a struggle for me.
Paxton's not a struggle for me.
Because I like hardware.
Yeah.
I like the hardware. I mean,
Ori is. Ori's
a challenge. Ori's a tough one.
I won a state title with a baseball team, a traveling baseball team, when I was younger, and it was exciting. But it didn't come close to me leading a less talented team in high school in basketball. That was the ultimate challenge. And to me, how we finished versus how we were supposed to finish, and what I was able to accomplish and what we were able to accomplish as a team, to me, knowing that I helped make others better, I think felt better than me being on an all-star team that won a state title.
That's awesome.
And I was just one of the dudes.
That's a great point. And it's just that competitive fire that you have.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And it's.
I guess, winning is, I don't know. It's an interesting debate though.
Right.
The whole Ori or Barkley and Malone.
I'm all about
Barkley
winning
Malone.
is everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I still take that role.
Sure,
because,
yeah, of
I mean,
course.
you know,
I mean, that's the whole reason why you would want to be the man, because you want to be in control of the outcome.
Right. I mean, it's with everything we do, like ping pong. I
Yeah.
mean, it doesn't matter what Chris and I do.
Yeah.
Like whether we're playing Xbox, like
There's a competitive fire.
Yeah, there's a competitive fire
To the point where we get mad if we're not doing well.
One of these days we will put a camera on our competitiveness, but I like the challenge of, because I've always been the underdog and people saying you can't, and that to me, you know, when I look at Paxton's career, if you're taking that as an example, everyone said you guys can't. You guys are the favorites. You guys are going to easily walk through. You guys are going to win. Versus, you know, being the underdog and being competitive. Like, to me, I want to be the underdog that upsets the champion. I want to play like. That's why I say,
and you'll never have that opportunity if you're playing on the Champions team.
That's why Kevin Durant is the biggest cupcake in all of sports.
That's another discussion.
That's for the sports show.
All right, so that's the question. If you guys, you know, if anyone out there has an answer, and if you want to share it with us, you know, do you
player with multiple championships?
Right, role player with multiple championships, or would you prefer to be a man on a team that never wins a championship? Simple as that.
But Hall of Fame career.
But a Hall of Fame career, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Now we're going to go into a conversation that is going to be tough to have. And
it might be tough to have.
Well, it's not tough for us to have.
Yeah,
it's a difficult discussion that's out there.
Yeah.
We have a stance, and guys, listen. Whether you agree with our stance or not, we talked about tolerance last time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I mean, we're going to be tolerant. I agree with your guys' point of view. We're going to give our point of view, whether you agree or not. Don't care.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
we're going to talk about the school shooting that happened in Parkland.
Yeah.
Parkland, yeah?
Very unfortunate school shooting.
Very unfortunate. 17 students lost their life.
Yeah. Well, 17 people, I think. Like,
or seven,
one was a staff member, or three staff
One was
members.
a coach. And true heroes. They shielded themselves.
Yeah. Which
shielded
sucks.
the students. It does.
Because I would prefer, diving right into it,
right?
I would prefer for them to have the opportunity to protect themselves. I mean, you know where I stand on it. Like, ultimately, the number one goal is to keep our kids safe.
Right. So let's start with that question. Okay, we're going to go over some facts from the shooting. But we're going to start with the question of should teachers have the ability to be armed? Now, I want to preface this because the media is spinning what the president said.
Yeah.
Okay, he did not say we are going to arm all teachers. And I see all you guys that are taking CNN's point and they're spinning it and saying, well, the president wants to arm all teachers. That's not at all what he says.
I can't imagine my 75-year-old kindergarten teacher packing a gun.
That's not what he said. No. Please start taking what he said at what he said. Yeah. He says the teachers should have the ability, the ability to arm themselves. He's not saying mandatory all teachers be armed.
Yeah.
That the teachers should have the ability to arm themselves.
Sure.
Now, I am all for that. If the teachers go through a training that shows them that if they are able and willing and qualified to arm themselves, they should be able to.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, one of the things with Hawaii, as much as, they like tax us over every stupid, ridiculous little thing and they chase people out of Hawaii, one of the things that I think they got right, and, some gun people may disagree with me, is the process you have to go through in order to own a gun.
Right.
Because it's nuts. I mean, it takes time. You can't go and buy a gun and use it that day. That's just not going to happen. You need to go through a psych evaluation. You got to pay all these fees. So I think in that sense, Hawaii got that right. Like, I'm in total agreement as far as making sure that we have the right things in place before people own a gun. You still can't really stop it. But getting back to the whole school shooting thing, I feel like I have the ultimate answer.
Okay.
To me, I believe that this is the ultimate answer. And one of the things that I read the other day was about, why are there no school shootings in the ghetto, in the hood, in places, right? The reason why is because they have metal detectors and they have armed security. So I'm thinking, like, to me, if we're going to protect politicians with that kind of protection, if we're going to protect other schools with that, courthouses, all of those
stadiums,
stadiums, then the most valuable thing to us is our children. Why are we not taking those measures to protect kids? And I've seen people say, oh, so we're going to, we're gonna fight the problem of guns with more guns. The problem isn't guns.
Right.
We're fighting people with better trained people.
Right.
That's really what we're doing. So I'm okay if teachers don't carry, but there should be people, trained professionals in our schools to protect our kids from this situation ever happening again. And if you gotta install metal detectors, you gotta do what you gotta do. This isn't 1985 anymore, guys. Like, the world has changed, and this is what we're dealing with. So to me, just keep my kids safe.
Yep.
Just keep them safe. Like, I mean, you have a whole bunch of people saying, well, let's outlaw the AR-15. Okay, so let's say we outlaw the AR-15 starting from tomorrow. Nobody can own one. Is it gonna stop school shootings?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
It's all lip service. So I'm over the lip service. I don't wanna just protect the kids.
Yeah, but that's
the
agenda-based politics again.
Yes.
See, what they don't really, and they're not tackling the main issue. The main issue is a mental health issue, because it's not a gun issue. And look, this is where, half the audience is gonna cry foul and whatnot. But
yeah, but it doesn't matter because, well, I mean, it matters, but you're not even a gun owner.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of guns.
Yeah, Tony's not a gun owner. He's not a fan of guns. We've just had this discussion before.
Yep.
So it's not like he owns, 10 AR-15s.
Yeah, you're not gonna walk into my house and have a whole gun case of stuff. I mean, like, look, my father-in-law has a pellet gun that every now and then I'll shoot. The cookies are loud. But here's the thing, though, is, do you honestly, like, I can't understand the mentality that people honestly think if you outlaw guns, not just the AR-15, but ban guns, like pull the Second Amendment out, do you think that bad people aren't going to get guns? Like, that to me is asinine, that they literally think that bad people aren't going to be able to get guns. Is it going to be harder? No.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to be harder. They're going to...
It's not
bad
gonna be
people
harder.
have easy way to do bad things.
Yeah.
But the biggest issue is a mental issue. If you look at the last... all the mass shootings that we've had, right? Like 90% of them were on antidepressants, painkillers, or some sort of antipsychotic medicine. All right? So are we going to attack that? Or is it just all about guns because that's what the agenda is pushing, and that's what CNN and MSNBC and NBC is telling you? So let's get down to the root of things. One, we have a mental health issue. Number two is, here's some facts from this last school shooting, okay? You want to if you think it's a gun problem, let's really look at what the problem was with Parkland. Number one is the FBI had 2 different occasions that they could have apprehended this guy for reasons, what do they call that? For reasons that would justify it, okay? The Broward County Sheriff's Office, they say they had 23 instances. It was 39 instances that was called on this person. How come all the kids in the school said, man, we knew right away who it was? They've called the cops on him. They've had the sheriff's office. And the worst part of this, you want to stop school shootings, and you have 4 sheriff's deputies that stayed outside, that did not enter the building to save those children. So what's the problem here? Is it the AR-15 that the gunman had? Is it the mental capacity that he was at?
Yeah.
Or is it the 39 plus 2 plus the 4 sheriffs that did absolutely nothing to stop this guy?
Right.
Where's the problem really with this? It's not with pulling guns away. And you guys, I hate that we have to have this topic because 17 people lost their lives.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating. And just because someone says don't pull the guns doesn't mean that they're insensitive. It breaks my heart. I was in tears when I found out there's another shooting. I lived in Colorado during the time of Columbine. So don't tell me I don't understand what it's like to go through a school shooting. That hit home.
Yeah.
All right? It's not about the guns. And it's not people, just because they don't agree with you, doesn't mean that they're insensitive to the lives that are lost. We've got to stop that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's, and I don't know. I mean, to me, it's simple. You know what I mean? It's we can go round and round and round, with the politics, left saying one thing, right saying one thing. At the end of the day, just keep the darn kids safe. Right. To me, that's really who gets lost in all of this shuffle of, let's get rid of guns, or it doesn't matter if we get rid of guns, it's mental health. Just keep the kids safe. That's, to me, that it's that simple. Like, if we gotta train people and put them in the schools to make sure that our kids are safe and protected, then do it. If we gotta put metal detectors on campus, then do it.
Yep.
But if we're gonna sign a piece of paper that says this gun is no longer available to people, that's useless. To me, that is a waste of time. It's posturing. It doesn't freaking matter what gun they outlaw.
Right.
Now,
AR-15 shotgun, handgun.
it
They're
doesn't
gonna find
matter.
a gun.
Well, there was a I think Columbine was. It wasn't even. It was like a 9mm or like some kind of handgun. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, but here's the thing: is you can't close Pandora's box.
No.
The guns are out in the street. The guns are out in the world. You can't close Pandora's box. We got to do something else. So if we outlaw guns, it doesn't mean that guns aren't going to exist. Unfortunately, they are. So at the end of the day, I've got one simple plea, one simple charge to all the schools, to all of our politicians: keep our kids safe. Whatever it takes, keep them safe. To me, is that simple. I don't think anyone needs to posture politically as far as pretending like it's the gun's fault. Just keep the damn kids safe.
No. We have some time. So what I feel the main issue of all of this is, if you look at Columbine, you look at Parkland, you look at the one in California. To me, where the root of the issue is within the bullying that happens in schools. The 2 Columbine kids were bullied atrociously. Mm-hmm. This kid, bullied. When you push a person to his brink and to the edge, I can't remember what interview I saw. Oh, it happened in professional football. Jonathan Martin used to be an offensive lineman for the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
And he was bullied.
It was happening while he was playing with the Dolphins.
Yeah. He was bullied by Richard Incognito.
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't know if you saw this story, but just this week, he put an Instagram post of a shotgun and a couple guns on his bed, all the ammunition, and it had the names from high school, the people that bullied him, had Incognito's name on it, and it had a list of people. And in the Instagram post, it says, when you push a person to the edge, they have 2 choices: retaliate or suicide. And so when you look at that, and all of these, or maybe not all of them, but the mass shootings that I saw, they went in to not only seek revenge on as many people, but also take themselves out. So it was a suicidal mission, but enacting revenge.
Yeah.
If we can attack this issue at the beginning and stop all the damn bullying, that is the thing that I am most fearful for my kids, because I hate to see, like, I have a hard time watching UFC. I don't like watching fights. I don't like watching street fights. I see them on Facebook. People share them. I try to block those. I don't like seeing people injured or bullied or just not are treated wrong. Like that's what breaks my heart.
Yeah.
And to me, I think that is that is the root of the issue. Is if you guys, as parents, we've got to teach our kids we need to use these instances as lessons to our children, that if they see bullying, that they need to stand up for the kids that are being bullied and stand up to the bullies, report it, do whatever has to happen, but the bullying has to stop. Yeah, I think if we attack bullying, I think we'll see less of these retaliation shootings in these
at least we hope
shootings.
So.
Or we hope
at least
so.
we hope so. But like I'm saying it again, and there's all of that stuff is great, and it is important for us to eventually get that, get to that point. But number one,
keep them safe now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Immediately, number one, keep them safe now. But the other thing, okay, I'm glad you brought up the bullying thing, because this is something that actually I had a discussion with, like a year or two back. And, I was talking to my daughters about bullying, right? Because there's this whole anti-bullying thing going on, and, people posting stuff on Facebook about bullying and, or Instagram, or, whatever your social media is about how bullying happens. And, there's like all this awareness about bullying. And then I talked to my daughter about bullying. This is maybe like a year or two ago. And I talked to her about bullying, and I said, trying to make them aware of the bullying. And this, I swear to God, this is what she told me. She said, oh yeah, but the teachers don't care. I said, what do you mean the teachers don't care? Like, oh yeah, if you report it to the teacher, then they're just going to say, like they're going to just like brush it off. And I said, are you serious? Like, are they really not dealing with it? And she said a lot of the teachers don't want to deal with it, so it just keeps happening. So now if we report it to the teacher and then people find out that we reported it, now we start getting bullied. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like, there's no one in the school that's trained and that has received training for this kind of situation. I mean, it's at the point where they're just brushing it off. So my older daughter comes in and she said, "Oh, what are you guys talking about?" So I said the same thing to my older daughter. I said, "Well, she's telling me that there are, that whenever incidents of bullying gets reported to staff, that a lot of the staff just ignore it."
Okay.
And you believe it or not, my older daughter said, "Oh yeah, everybody knows that." Oh. It's like a common thing among the kids that all the stuff that we as adults think, like, oh yeah, we just report it to a teacher, let's go ahead. Yeah, it's gonna fix it. It ain't fixing nothing. Something's happening in the schools that bullying is not being addressed, or it's not being dealt with. So I'm in shock as a parent, going, "You guys gotta be kidding me!" And they're like dead serious, dude. Like, they're both telling me that this is just how it is. Like, you can't even tell the teachers, because when you tell them, like, they just kind of brush it off as, oh, he's not serious, or, oh, she doesn't mean it. And that pissed me off, dude. Like, I was upset because I was like, I could not believe that, you're saying, if we just report it and we deal with it, you can't.
Right.
Like, these kids feel like they can't because staff doesn't take it seriously. They don't take bullying seriously. So I know there's going to be, there may be some teachers who say, oh, our school takes it seriously, I take it seriously, we deal with it in this manner. I don't care. If our kids are thinking that staff is not taking it seriously,
there's a disconnect.
There's a huge disconnect between the students and the staff, and we need to do a better job in our public schools, in our private schools even, dealing with this BS.
Yeah. And if the kids have a misconception, it's because they're not just making this up.
No way.
There is a reason why these kids are saying that there's a disconnect, or that they have reason to believe that nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
So
they believe that nothing's going to happen. I'm telling you.
Yep.
After I spoke to my daughters, I spoke to one of my nephews and to a friend's daughter, and they all said the same thing. Oh yeah, they're not going to do anything. All they're going to do is just put them on, give them detention or whatever, put them on the side, but they're not really going to deal with it.
So a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, so like there's one incident in one of the schools. I'm not going to mention names or anything, but there's one incident in one of the schools where there was like, one girl talking about another girl. The other girl gets pissed off. She goes there, she wants to beat up the other girl. So now they have the second girl in lockdown every single day in school. That's freaking crazy, dude. Lockdown. Like, that's how you deal with it, like lockdown. So I don't know where the disconnect is or what's going on, but that needs to be dealt with, dude. That's all I'm saying. Because
as a parent of kids,
it
is so beyond frustrating.
Yeah.
And I come from a family of educators. My mom, retired teacher. My brother, current teacher. It's frustrating to know that the schools. See, when we first moved here, we enrolled Cole at Waikea.
Mm-hmm.
And the very first thing that they had, the first week of school, it was an all-parents meeting in the cafeteria, and it was about bullying and what they were going to do, and like they had a process in place. They had things in place, but that was 6 years ago.
Mm.
Bullying happens. It's such a frustrating thing.
It's hard, bro, because it starts in the home, and we cannot control the home. That's the challenge.
It absolutely begins in the home.
Yes.
It absolutely begins with the parenting, and that's the thing that is.
Yeah, but it's hard. You know what makes it hard? Is everybody thinks that they're parenting correctly. That's what makes it hard. Like, we may disagree on the way that we parent. I may say Tony's doing this wrong, and you might be saying Chris is doing it wrong. Tony's too soft on his kids. Chris is too hard on his kids. Whatever it is, that's the challenge right now, is parental philosophy.
Yep.
Everybody's one is different, and you can't fault them because we all trying to do our best. I mean, we all make mistakes as parents. Right. And the older we get, the more we see our mistakes in our kids. Shoot.
You know what I realized? The older we get, the smarter our parents were.
That's for sure. That is for sure. Man.
I remember Cole in high school. I distinctly remember calling my dad multiple times saying, "Dad, I'm sorry. You were right. I was wrong. You're smart. I'm dumb.
Yeah.
You had it down.
I apologize." I was terrified of my dad, but not in a fearful, obsessed, what you call abusive way, not in a fearful, abusive way, in a very respectful way.
Right. Oh yeah.
Because he did not beat me, but he did. Well, I don't know if you. It was kind of close to a beating, but like twice in my life, and I remembered it, and I never crossed him. All he had to do was raise his voice to a certain tone, and I was good, man. You know, like I started talking back to my mom, and he's like, "Talk to your mom like that one more time." I did not talk to my mom like that one more time. It worked. It worked, you know? It worked. So I don't know what we got to do, but I know like one of the biggest challenges, and that's why it's hard to deal with the bullying situation, is because, I mean,
there's so many levels to it.
Yeah, there's so many
levels
it's
to
like,
it.
Trying to peel an onion, you know what I mean? Like there's so many levels to it. It's at the end of the day, it has to do with parenting, but the challenge with that is you cannot tell every parent to parent the same way.
Right.
Everybody has their own parental philosophy, and you can't do much about it.
No.
Other than prepare our own kids for the world.
You have to, just do your best to teach your kids.
That's it.
The best morals, the best values, and you
teach
have
them
to
to shoot a gun.
and you have to hope that they accept what that they take in what you did.
Yeah.
Your job as a parent is to do the best that you can.
Right.
To get them ready for life and to prepare them and to teach them to be just
That's
good,
it.
genuine human beings.
That's all we can do.
Yep.
Not much else we can do.
Yep.
Are we out of time already?
I think so.
Okay. Because I know we wanted to discuss a wifeism, but maybe we'll wait for the next time.
Yeah, because that's a good wifeism.
Okay. You want to spend like 2 minutes on it? Okay, 5 minutes on it. Do you remember what it was?
I do.
We're going to totally change topics here.
Oh, all right. Introduce the wifeism.
Well, it is wifeism number 1.
It is wifeism.
Right.
1.
And it's the I don't want anything wifeism. So you can go ahead and explain your story so that people can get it.
This is about as frustrating as I get. I love food. Let me just start with that.
Okay.
So when I order food, I want it a specific way, and I want the amount that I order.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to eat off of my food. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want it. It's been this way since I was a middle schooler. A kid took a bite of my salad, and I threw the whole plate towards him. Because I don't want you eating from my food.
Right.
My kids, I'll give you a bite, but don't bring your fork over to my food. My food is my food. I hold very few things just preciously tight. Okay? So wifeism number 1. Wives, if you want something, get it.
That's right.
Don't say you don't want it.
Yeah.
And then when I order it,
Right.
now you want it.
Yeah. Even if you don't want it, order something.
Yes, because whether you take 2 fries, and I'm just going to get to it.
Yeah.
This has to do with French fries.
Okay. Yeah, get to the point,
It has to
man.
do with French fries. And I cannot handle. We'll go through and we'll order something, and my wife, I'll get a burger, I'll get this or that. I was like, all right, do you want fries with that? No. I was like, do you want fries? No. Okay, do you understand that by you saying, I have to give a disclaimer now. Do you understand that by saying you don't want fries, that you will not touch not one single fry of mine? Because if you just want 1 fry, I'm ordering you French fries.
Right.
Because here's what happens. No, I don't want fries. Just I'll tell you what.
Hungry.
We'll just get 2 burgers and 1 fry and we'll share. And I said no.
Yeah, we are not sharing fries.
That doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, what do you mean? Well, you shouldn't be eating all those fries. I was like, it doesn't matter. I may not eat them all, but they're my fries.
Yeah.
So here's what happened, how it got to this point. We'd go through, we order fries, or she doesn't order. I get the bag, sets it down. She has the nerve to open the bag on the drive home and start eating fries. In front of me, my fries.
Yeah.
That I can smell. Does she offer me one of my fries?
No.
As she's demolishing them? Because there is a fry to burger ratio that has to happen. If there's fries left over after my burger is done, you are happy to help yourself to those when we're done. But she would eat them. So then I would order, then I say, okay, I learned my lesson, right? Stage 2 was acceptance. So now I'd go through, knowing she was lying to me, saying, no, I don't want fries. I order her fries anyways. She has the nerve, when we get the bag to go home, to start eating the fries. In my mind, she's eating my fries in that bag. Because what she's probably doing, because she likes to mess with me, is she'll eat one from hers, one from mine. So they look equal by the time. But I know if they're equal and she was eating them, that's messed up.
Yeah.
Because one should be less than the other.
It shouldn't be equal.
Right.
Ever.
So then, it got to the point where if we would order food to go, I would grab the bag of food and I would put it in between me and the door until we got home.
So that you don't need to share your fries.
No, because I just can't. So our friend, right? So now everyone knows, our close circle knows. So we'll go out and we'll order, like if we order a big poo-poo or a big sampler of fries or stuff like that, I'm okay sharing that. It's not mine.
Yeah.
I ordered it with the premise of it being the group's.
For everyone,
but now everyone likes to mess with me. We'll order something, and if I turn my head, they'll try to sneak a fry, knowing I will lose my shit with this. Like, just stay away from my food. Hun, if you... Okay, so guys, wifeism number 1 is if your wife says she doesn't want it, you get it anyways.
Get it anyway. It's that simple. It's that simple. I order an extra fries 99% of the time because I know whenever my wife says, oh, I'm not hungry, I don't want anything, I'm getting her something. My daughter's the same way. If she says I'm not hungry, I'm getting her something. If she says, oh, no, I don't want anything, I'm getting extra of something because I know what's coming. When I get it, my food, oh, that looks good.
Yeah.
And that's it, dude. So
just happened the other day, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And I realize now that most guys deal with this. Most guys deal with the fact that when they order something, they aren't going to be the only ones eating it.
Right.
I've never thought about putting my food in between the door and my seat until now.
Yes,
I think that's genius.
It's a safeguard.
I'm going to do it.
I think
that's genius. I'm going to put it on that side. I always try to find a way to put it in the middle but closer to me, and that doesn't work.
No. They start going after it. You know, at some point, I think my wife is doing it just to get a reaction out of me, because wives, you do that as well. That's another wifeism.
They love to push buttons, man.
Poking the bear.
That's right.
And eventually, you know what? That bear bites back. And we'll get in trouble for biting back, but it's because we were poked.
Yeah.
So wifeism number 1. They say they don't want it, but they really want it.
Yeah, get it anyway.
Okay?
Well, no, they really think they don't want it.
They do.
They think they don't want it until it comes, and then they want it.
You know, we sit down to order. Let's say we go out to dinner, and my wife's like, "Well, why don't we just share a plate?" I'm like, "No, I'm pretty hungry." It's like, "Well, we can always order more food." I'm like, "No, because then we order more food. It takes that much longer.
Right.
The girls are getting grouchy, and then you're gonna say, well, we really don't need it, but I'm starving inside."
Yeah.
So we're ordering two different things. And the other thing is, she's like, "Well, you know, if you order that, I kind of like that." I'm like, "I'm not ordering for you. You order what you want. Let me order what I want, because what I get sucked into doing is ordering something that maybe she wants to try."
Yeah.
No, and I'm not the go out on a limb and try something new.
Yeah.
I'm old school. I know what I want, and I go and I order what I want.
That way you don't get disappointed.
Right. But my wife, she likes to try all kinds of things. And a lot of times that works out for her, and I kind of like what she has. See, it's okay if I try her food.
Yeah.
Like, that should be okay. Yeah. They live a double standard. So in this one instance, I want the double standard on our side.
I agree,
but she
man.
orders... She'll order fancy stuff, and I look at it and I'm like, dude, no way. I'm getting my normal. And she's like, well, you know, we're kind of teetering. Why don't we both order these and we'll just share both of them?
Yeah.
Hun, we've been together for 15 years. You know that doesn't work. That doesn't fly. Quit trying.
It doesn't work.
Let me order my steak and potatoes or my usual.
Right, keep it simple. So see, can you imagine us now going through a drive-through? Oh yeah, can I get a number 3, a number 4, and 2 Happy Meals, and can we get them all in separate bags, please?
Yes. Each meal in a separate
bag. Yeah.
Okay. Which meal is this? This is
okay. This is yours.
Do what you want.
No fries, right? No fries, right? You don't want any fries, right?
No. You know what would drive me nuts though?
What?
She would order, like I would get, because I'm gonna order her fries. Make no mistake, from now on, she's getting fries. So I would hand her her bag. She's still gonna eat those on the way home.
Yeah.
Which still drives me nuts.
Right.
Even though they're hers.
Oh man. Well, time has flown. We said we were going to do like 3 or 4 minutes or 5 minutes. We ended up doing 8 minutes. So it's time to wrap things up, man.
I'm sorry.
Stay
away from my damn fries. People's food is people's food. Let them have their own food. That's going to wrap it up this week, you guys.
Yeah. Do you have any parting shots?
I think I threw my parting shot at my wife. Stay off my dang fries. I love you. I love you to death. You touch my fries again, we're going to put on those big boxing gloves or those big sumo suits.
Yeah. I want to give a quick prop before we go.
Okay.
To C4 and Nessa Aranon and Tony Ramos Kaju Kembo group that I think I talked about last time, that I went to the fascia rolling class, right? That I went on the roller, and they're all women there. So I went back for a second class, and I wanted to give her a shout out because I think it's I think teaching that particular thing is a big deal for people who deal with chronic pain. It's pretty much. I mean, it's done a lot to help change me and my and how I deal with it. So I just wanted to give her a quick prop and a quick shout out. If you don't know what fascia rolling is, you can go to her class on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 o'clock, and she will hook it up. Just be prepared, though, because there are some women that are going to be older than you who can move a lot better than you can.
And they're not going to whine about the
No,
pain.
they're not going to complain about the pain like me.
So stay tuned, because coming up, the challenge has been issued. This guy here has challenged me to a foot race.
Oh, yeah.
And so we will be talking about that next episode.
Yeah.
And we are going to be scheduling a foot race.
Absolutely. Of at least 40 yards, maybe 50.
Yes.
But not 100.
No. I don't think we'll make 100.
No, not 100, man.
So we want to know, leading into it, who do you think will win in a foot race?
Well, a lot of the people that live on a Big Island and people that know me, like they know I was a pretty good athlete.
Yeah,
I was fast, dude.
Yeah, so was I. But you also told me that you were undefeated in ping pong, and I corrected that.
No, I didn't say that.
You said you beat an Asian.
Yeah, I did say that I beat an Asian. Martin, you are Asian, and I did beat you. So Martin was an Asian. Martin was undefeated at his own house until I came along and beat him. So that's how good I am. I beat an Asian guy, right, Martin?
That was his flavor. He said, "Dude, who invented ping pong? Who's the number one
That's
ping pong?" And then he even researched it and showed me.
They tried to tell me it was the Japanese. I said, it's the Chinese. They're the best in the world. And I beat a Chinese guy in ping pong. I did. The reason why I named ping pong is because it's from the Chinese.
Yep.
Martin can confirm it. People can confirm that I was the only one to beat Martin at his house.
Yep. Who won between us?
You won between us in the first match.
And the foot race is gonna.
Who won the last game in NBA 2K? The last game is all that matters.
That's going to wrap up this show right here,
All right, you guys. We'll see you all next time. I'm Chris.
I'm Tony.
With the Poi Pizza Show. Keep your pizza hot and your poi fresh. Aloha.
Aloha.
What do you mean eating poi and pizza? Who the hell would do that? Eat poi and pizza. Who does that? Idiots do that. You get diarrhea, you go eat poi and pizza.